Hello everyone, long time no see. Today we're gonna be doing another lore video. This one will be shorter as it ties into an earlier video I did about the first ones and the hooded figures around the Dark Portal and how that could tie into the future story of the Shadowlands. Well, not too long after I made that video, we finally got some more hints as to who the hooded figures could be, as we got an item in the 9.1 Chains of Domination PTR called Everliving Statuette. This Everliving Statuette is one of the relics you will be collecting for a new faction called the Archivists Codex in 9.1. That is a new faction that has a lot of these Korthian attendants, and they research these relics from all across the Shadowlands, and you will be recovering some relics for them that are around Korthia in the wake of the Mossworn invasion of Korthia. And their reputation doesn't work regularly, like you don't get honored, revered, exalted. They are actually ranks. So when you're rank 3 with the Archivist Codex, you will be able to obtain the Everliving Statuette. It drops from a rare mob called Yarzhov the Pillager. The statuette though, once you loot it, you will get a lot of different whispers that are very similar to the whispers you would get from Il'gynoth or the whispers you will get from Xal'atath, that sort of thing. And these are interesting. We still don't have the audio files for them, but I will show you them on the screen and read them for you. So we got hidden from daylight, a sleeping flame rests atop the 6th tree. Now what this 6th tree could be, we don't know. There are 5 world trees so far, and maybe the 6th tree could be the heart of the forest in Ardenweald. It might not, we don't know. It might be another world tree. I don't know why in the Shadowlands we will get hint of things that are happening to Azeroth, but as we know, Azeroth is pretty important to the Warcraft universe in general, as it holds allegedly the most powerful titan in existence that is yet to be born. The next whisper is hope, betrayal, sacrifice. Faces change, the tale does not. Now, I assume this is sort of a meta commentary on like the Warcraft lore in general, like hope, betrayal, sacrifice. You can put that to so many characters. Like it can apply to Sylvanas, it could apply to Arthas, it could apply even to Sargeras, and maybe it could apply to the Jailer, as we still don't know the Jailer story. And there are reasons to believe that the story of Shadowlands that we know so far about the first ones and the whole Eternal ones is not exactly the truth. And you will see why in a few short whispers. It's hinted at later. The next whisper is so many secrets, so little time left to share them. Why? Why is there so little time? What's gonna happen? Like, there's obviously a sense of urgency here. We have little time to discover all of these secrets. And as you know, Korthia is called the City of Secrets, so we can assume that there will be a lot of secrets to find out in this place. Now, what could this be? I guess we will know in future patches, 9.2 and 9.3. As in 9.1 we're gonna beat Sylvanas, and I assume that later in 9.2 and 9.3 and even 9.4, if we ever get it, could be more focused on the story of the first ones and what actually happened between the Eternal ones and why the Jailer got banished anyway. The next whisper is a city of secrets, a history of lies. Now this is what I was mentioning earlier, that we don't know really the full history of the Shadowlands. Warcraft lore, especially the cosmic lore in general, has a habit of being told by unreliable narrators. The best example of this is of course the Chronicle books, which at first we assumed were like 100% true from the point of the developers and the writers of Warcraft, but later we found out that these are actually stories that the Titans are telling us, and they are very unreliable narrators, as we don't know if everything they were saying was true, and there are some inconsistencies with the Chronicles which point to that being the fact. Now, what could this history of lies mean in a city of... So the City of Secret is of course Korthia, and the history of lies could be something that we will find during patch 9.1. 9.1 is coming out in 2 days, so there will be stuff to see there. I'm very excited. That's like the most hype. This is what I'm most hyped about in 9.1, though the raid will be cool. And anyways, the next whisper is: how many voices do you heed? How many are real? How many voices do we hear? Well, I don't know. Is this a voice we heed? Could Il'gynoth be one of the voices we heed? And why is it saying that some are not real? Could maybe the voices we heed could be the eternal ones that we are serving as part of their covenants? And how many are real? I don't know. These are interesting whispers that I hope that will get cleared up sooner rather than later. And of course, the most interesting is the last whisper. The seventh covets what the sixth hold fast. The fulcrum wavers, all will be undone. So the seventh covets what the sixth hold fast. So the sixth could obviously be the six cosmic powers. I think that makes the most sense. I'm not sure if it means that, but it probably means that, but I don't know what the six hold fast. As we can see in the cosmological chart, this could be the realm of reality, as we can see the six big cosmological powers and the reality in the center. Now, according to this whisper, there is a seventh, maybe cosmological power or something greater than cosmological power. Ian Hazzikostas did say there are more tiers to the cosmological chart than what we know of so far. So the seventh could be some unknown power that covets or like wants, where the seventh power is envious of the six powers that hold the reality fast. Now, I'm not sure this could mean that. This is just speculation. Of course, we have no idea what this means. As with the whispers of Il'gynoth, this is something we'll find out later. And the fulcrum wavers. The fulcrum is defined as a thing that plays a central or essential role in an activity, event, or situation. Now, this is very interesting use of words, central. Look at the cosmological chart. What is at the center of the cosmological chart? It's the reality, it's Azeroth, it's the physical realm that we, as mortals, as our characters and many of the main characters in the Warcraft universe, where they live, where they hang out. The fulcrum wavers. The reality might be wavering because of this seventh power that is trying to disrupt what these six powers hold fast. So maybe this seventh power will do something by the end of Shadowlands that will lead into the next expansion. Everyone is assuming that like in the next expansion we will be going to the Lightlands or something along those lines. I even speculated that, but will we really be hopping all around these cosmological powers, or will we, in the next expansion, decide to go even further than these six cosmological powers? And lastly, it says all will be undone. Of course, classic threat, like this is really bad. Obviously, we don't want the reality to be kablooey. That's not good. Not good at all. So this statuette will whisper to you all this time until you turn it into the leader of the Archivists Codex. His name is Rosor. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And he is telling you that the statuette is full of crap, essentially. He says, I trust you did not listen to anything that this little monster told you. I have heard it is absolutely incapable of uttering the truth. And then you, like this is inside your head, it says, it is difficult to determine the statuette's age, but something about it feels older than you can imagine. There is no telling what events it must have witnessed over the eons. Rosor warned you not to trust any of his whispers. Whatever wisdom it seems to share is surely wrapped in deceit. Now, I don't know. I feel like this is like a red herring. Like it's totally not true, man. It's not that. Trust me, bro. I don't know. I feel like the statuette could be telling the truth. But the most important thing about this statuette is actually how it looks. As when you turn it in, you will see how it will look like. And look at it. It's a hooded figure. Again, we again get to see a hooded figure. Like I explained in the previous video, these hooded figures must be tied into the Shadowlands in some way. And I think, I'm really sure of this, and I speculated it in the last video, and I'm gonna speculate it again. I think these hooded figures are actually the first ones, or the depictions of the first ones. I speculated how Zolatrius and these hooded figures look very similar, and a big important thing is that above the dark portal we can actually see the Ouroboros that is very much present in the symbolicism of Oribos, and even is tied into the name of Oribos. And we still don't know how that ties into everything. I think the universe will end and then it will start again, and then it will end and then it will start again on a grand cosmological level, sort of like how it's been in the Marvel universe, if you're familiar with the comics. So that's pretty much everything we know so far about this ever-living statuette. It says it's ever-living, so I assume it has some sort of spirit inside it or something like that. We don't know. The flavor text for the statuette says, "The events that this statuette have witnessed would boggle the mind. One could learn a lot from it if only it wasn't so duplicitous." And why is it so duplicitous? How do we know? Like, how does the leader of the Archivists Codex, Rossor, know that this statue is full of crap? Like, how is he so sure? Could he be into the lie? Like, could the whole of Oribos be pretty much liars? Maybe. I'm not sure. It could be. Also, one other thing. Why is this relic, the ever-living statuette, held by Zharkov the Pillager, who is a Masorn commander, by the way? Why would he need this? Could these ever-living statuettes be made by the jailer or something like that? I don't know. We can only speculate. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will join in the discussion. We can talk more about these ever-living statuettes and what they could mean, and I will be sure to respond to all of your comments, or I will at least try to. We can have some dialogue until we figure this thing out, or at least until it is revealed by Blizzard what it actually is. But so far, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.